Hey guys, this is Karthik Khanpal from Apex Finserv and I'm back with your daily dose of charts for tomorrow's trading session with, but from both the sides, equity as well as indices. But before we start, I must say, I won't be able to explain the charts to you in much detail because I have a slight case of cough and cold, so I have a sore throat and a blocked nose. But I'll still try to explain as much as I can. But it's going to be a bit faster than usual. I'm sorry for tonight. Now, starting with the first one, without wasting much time, moving on to the watch list for tomorrow. Starting with the first one, Just Style. Just Style, we are going to go for again a simple role reversal trade. You had the support level at 375, which has played out again and again. Now, this level was broken today, and if we go by the theory of role reversal, then support should act as resistance. Now, that is what we are planning. So the idea is to take a short position at 375, stop loss at 380, ideal targets 1% on the downside. Moving on to the next one, PL. PL we are going to go for a long position because it is at a very high quality demand zone at 1375. So just to be on the safer side of things, we'll go for a long position above 1375. You can see on the chart on the screen that every time it has interacted with that level, it has had a impulsive advance reaction. So the idea is to go for a long position at above 1375, stop loss at 1360, ideal targets 1% on the upside as usual. Moving on to the next one, MFSL. MFSL we are going to go for a short position, going by the simple structure analysis, phase analysis, whatever you want to call it, the price action one. So we are going to go for a short position near the previous swing point that we have at 600, or the retracement of the previous lower low movement. So the idea is to go for a short position at 600. It is also a big psychological number, so it might act as a strong resistance. Short at 600, stop loss at 610, ideal targets 1% on the downside. Moving on to the next one, Autopharma. Again, role reversal, simple trade, this one too. If you can see on the chart, this level has acted as resistance in the past, and it was crossed again, and it should have acted as support today, but keeping in mind the violent sell-off that the market saw today, it was not able to act as support. So the idea is to take a short position now at that level. So we are going to go for a short position at 827, stop loss at 837, ideal targets 1% on the downside. Moving on to the next one, Bharat Forge. Again, simple role reversal trade. We had a good demand zone today, it could not hold up. We had a candle closing under that, and the next candle confirmed that demand has now turned into supply. So the idea is now to go for a short position at 497, stop loss above 500. Since it is a big round number, a spike might try to cross 500. So short at 497, stop loss at 505, ideal targets 1% on the downside. Moving on to the next one, we have Lupin. Lupin, again we are going to go for a short position, simple role reversal. The level of 942, 945 has acted as resistance multiple times in the past. It was crossed in one sudden surge, but today that was not sustained. Now the idea is to go for a short position here, simple role reversal as with every other script. Short at 942, stop loss at 952, ideal targets 1% on the downside. Moving on to the next one, SR Transfin. Again, role reversal trade. Now you might have you might be thinking, why are there so many role reversal trades? Now today, in the vicious sell-off that the market faced, a lot of support levels were broken in one sudden move. Now because of that, they were unable to act out properly. But if you assume that tomorrow the market is not going to be as violent, then you should have a retracement of all these lower low swing movements, and it should result in a formation of lower highs where we are planning our short entries. So it makes sense from the structure analysis standpoint. On SR Transfin, we had a supply zone at 725, not sustained today. So the idea is to go for a short position, keeping in mind that level. Short at 720, stop loss at 730, ideal targets 1% on the downside. Now today we are having not 8 but 9 scripts for you guys. So the last one is Apollo Hospitals. Apollo Hospitals, again, just like every other one that we have discussed today, we are going to go for a role reversal trade here too. Support on resistance, short at 1645, stop loss at 1665, ideal targets 1% on the downside. Now coming to my favorite part, the indices. Now indices, they went through a big fall today, and the zones that we had, if you keep in mind those zones, then even after that big sell off, if you keep the structure analysis in perspective, if you keep the lower low lower high standpoint or that thing in mind, then it is very very obvious that for a trend following move, you are supposed to take entries in the direction of the trend at every pullback. You had plenty of pullbacks today to find out an entry point for yourself. So I hope you guys were able to actually make some money out of this sell off. If you were not, then well, honestly, you should practice more on price action. You should focus more on it. For that, you can check out the phase analysis video that we made a couple of weeks ago, if I'm not wrong. Now for tomorrow, Nifty, talking about Nifty first, for me it has to break this range. If you can see on the chart, I have two zones, one at 11,440, the second at 11,320. These zones need to be broken. Now the thing is, on the upside, there are a lot of zones for Nifty to cross again to go up. But on the downside, the next zone that we have is directly 100 points, far away. Now, if you are aware, then Nifty, the move that it had a lot of gaps in between, and today most of them were filled. Now for tomorrow, on Nifty, I would like to enter only near these zones, either at 11,450 or at 11,310 for longs or shorts, depending on the candle formation or the price action pattern forming at that particular point in the markets. When we talk about the option chain, we have immediate resistance at 11,400 with 1.1 million added contracts. That's a lot. And significant resistance 11,500 with 970,000 added contracts. On the support side of things, we have 11,300 with 1.4 million standing open interest. Added is negative. Change in open interest is negative. On significant support, you have 11,100 pretty far away with 108,000 added contracts. Now, as per the option chain, the put writers are not really that confident, whereas the call writers are very very confident. So as of now, unless it has a very very strong opening and manages to sustain it, my bias is to go for quick short entries at 11,450, 11,480, 11,500, wherever there is a convincing entry point, and come out with quick 50 to 60 points target on Nifty. Now when we talk about the PCR for Nifty, of course keeping in mind the sell-off that it had today, of course the PCR of volume is going to be very very bearish. So it comes out to be at 1.1, which is very very bearish. Now moving on to the second index that we have, Bank Nifty. Now for Bank Nifty, there are again two zones, one at 23,600, the next at 23,850. So this 250 point range is going to be the primary decision maker for the movement in Bank Nifty in the coming trading sessions. So for me personally, it's either a long about 24,000 or a short under 23,600 or 23,550, depending on which one breaks first and the strength with which it breaks. When we talk about the option chain for Bank Nifty, we have immediate resistance at 23,800 with 37,000 added contracts. Significant resistance at 24,000 with 295,000 added contracts. You have immediate support at 23,500 with 380,000 standing cumulative open interest. Change is negative. Significant support at 23,000 with 500,000 added contracts. Again, change is negative. So for Bank Nifty 2, the option writers are very very bearish as of now. Even the option buyers, the PCR comes out to be at 1.2. So for Bank Nifty 2, I would prefer to take actually short entries somewhere close to 23,800 or 24,000, depending upon what kind of opening it has, for a quick target of the respective zones on the charts. So if you want any of these charts, then as always you can find them on the Apex Friends or Telegram channel, Instagram too nowadays, Twitter as well. You can find it all there. And well, these are all the charts that I had to discuss with you guys for tonight. I hope you guys had a good green trading session today, and I hope you have an even better trading session tomorrow. If you like the video, if you like the channel, then don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and well, comment something nice too. And if you're doing that, you might as well hit the bell notification icon. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good night. Bye.